What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. A couple of trade rumors I wanted to talk about today, both courtesy of NBAanalysis.net, and just wanted to get my 2 cents out there, what I think it could take to happen, or if I think there's never a chance of it happening. Also, get your thoughts on in the comments down below. Maybe get a discussion going. Is this a trade you'd like to pursue, but maybe have different players involved, or are you just completely against the next few trades I'm going over completely? Don't forget that thumbs up to help support the channel, and subscribe for more Spurs content. Let's get into it. One that people are still talking about here and there. The Spurs trading for Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers. So, Ken, what do you got us doing here to obtain Ben Simmons? Well, he says to get Ben Simmons, the Spurs would have to trade DeJounte Murray, Derek White, and a first-round pick that's lottery protected. DeJounte Murray, Derek White, first-round pick. Ben Simmons. 3 players for 1. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to Ben Simmons. I've only seen him in a few games here and there with the Sixers. Looking statistically, he does seem like he's a similar player to DeJounte Murray. Gets the assists, gets the rebounds, gets some scoring. But is he that much of an upgrade where we have to trade 3 players? Based off of what I know, this is just my, what I know. Again, don't know Ben Simmons, not trying to insult the man. Or Sixers fans, I am not trading my starting backcourt and a first-round pick, even if it is lottery protected, for Ben Simmons. This is not a 26-year-old Michael Jordan we're talking about or a 26-year-old Kobe Bryant. He's a good player, but personally speaking, for what I know of him, I don't think it's that huge of an upgrade from DeJounte Murray for us to give up that much. Now, if the Spurs organization, if Patvo, Pop in the front office, feel like Ben Simmons is the guy that can help take this team to the next level, and they can develop him even more in our organization, I would support a trade of him coming here if it was, so you feel like you need to ship DeJounte, and the pick for Ben, but no way I want to trade 2 players and a pick for Ben Simmons. Or Derek and a pick for Ben. He can play point guard and power forward. I don't see this happening. The Spurs, they're not a team that trades a lot. We know this. I think they're going to make one trade again before the season starts. We'll get to that more at the end of the video. But I don't know. I just don't feel like this is going to happen. And it would be giving up too much for 1 player, especially when you have similar players in DeJounte and Ben. Let's get to the other trade. And this one, I wanted to cover this because I just think it's ridiculous. Andrew Wiggins getting traded to the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know why every season it seems like there's a rumor that Andrew Wiggins is going to be traded to the San Antonio Spurs. Can somebody please explain this? It hasn't happened. Hasn't played for us, but there was a rumor last year, or rumors about Wiggins coming to the Spurs in the previous season. And look, no disrespect to him at all, but there's a bug flying around, mosquito. Anyway, you didn't need to know that. Here's what the trade is. Let's take a look. The Spurs would receive guard forward Andrew Wiggins, and the Golden State Warriors would receive Derek White and Thaddeus Young. Why do we keep trading Derek White, man? What's going on here, Greg? Why are we always trading Derek White? Is it because we drafted Joshua Primo? Are the NBA experts in analysis thinking Derek White's not long for the Spurs? He does have a lot of injury history, and we also have Lonnie Walker and Devin Vassell, so we are loaded at that shooting guard type position. A lot of similar players, similar sizes, etc. I don't see this happening. I don't think the Spurs are going to trade for Andrew Wiggins. I don't think he gives us anything special that's going to bring the team to the next level. No disrespect to him. He's a good player and has had some moments, but I don't see this happening. One player in there, though, I do see being traded is Thaddeus Young. Maybe both the Bulls players. We got Al-Farouq Amino and Thaddeus Young. I don't know what the Spurs are going to do. Our roster is currently 17 players, I believe. And we got to get it down to 15 before the season starts. We have too many players. And we seem to have a plethora of forwards. If you kind of look at the roster, and this is just off the top of my head, KJ, power forward, small forward, Devin Vassell, I feel like he's going to be a small forward for us in the future. Obviously can play shooting guard. Lonnie Walker has played small forward. We obviously, the 2 guys I just mentioned, Thaddeus Young, Al-Farouq Amino. Zach Collins has played power forwards. Obviously, Luka Samanic. So that's just 7 players right there. That's 7 players on a 15-man roster. That's that can play forward. Seems a few too many. I feel like we can cut that down to 5 or 4. Obviously, those are going to be swing players that can play the 2 or 3. But I think we just have maybe a little too much depth at that position. And some forwards are going to go. I'm really going to be upset if Luka gets traded. I've seen some talk about him being shipped out. He hasn't had a chance. I know at times he looks very green on the court and looks like a rookie, and he pretty much is. He's had very limited time, in both seasons with the Spurs, but he definitely showed potential last year. There was a few flashes of moments where he showed some good offensive instincts, good moves, good footwork, and also showed some really stout defense against some really good NBA caliber players. So I don't know what's going to happen. There are going to be more moves made, or the Spurs are just going to cut 2 players, which would be shocking because then we would get nothing. I'd rather trade Thaddeus Young for a second-round pick than just get nothing at all. The Spurs are historically a team that trades, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens before the season starts in October. Hey, while I'm closing up this video here, I may have some free time unexpectedly in October, and I might still do a video on that, tell you guys what's going on in my life, and it's work-related. But the Spurs preseason is coming up, I believe, October 4th. Would you all be interested in me covering the preseason games, as in, doing live stream play-by-plays, etc., and obviously talking to you guys about the game and what we're seeing? I'm sure we'll see very limited minutes from the stars, but we'll probably see a lot of the guys that don't get a lot of playing time right now, like Luka Samanic, if he's healthy, good to go. I know he's dealing with a hand injury. Zach Collins, I believe, is still hurt right now. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the regular season or even the preseason. If you've heard something, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm very curious to see what Zach Collins can do when he's healthy. And then Joshua Primo. I got to think he's going to get some minutes in the preseason. And Trey Jones, just the guys that we, a couple of our young guys here and there that would like to see what they can do. And I think that'd be a lot of fun to watch them. Now, the struggle would be real calling the other team because it's guaranteed I'm not going to know who the players are on the opposing team for the Spurs are playing. I'm just going to be scratching my head like, I don't know who these dudes are. I'll just do, you guys know when you come by the play-by-play, I'll just make up random names or that guy or just whatever it is, the dude with the headband. I'll give them a nickname and we'll run with it. But let me know in the comments down below too. I guess I'm asking you to comment a lot, but I'm just, I like talking to you guys. This is why I'm doing Spurs content again, and I've really found an enjoyment doing it is having the ability to talk to other Spurs fans. If you don't know, I live in Connecticut. Are there any Spurs fans here in Connecticut? I'm sure there's plenty in Texas and around the world, and it's a real treat to just get your opinions, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Like, TSR, you're off your rocker for thinking the Spurs are going to do this or do that, but it's still a joy. And I do want to let you know, even though I'm responding to comments less than I used to, I am reading every one of them. What are we looking at? Where do we go? What in the what? How do we get down there? Let me leave that up there. Where was I going with this? Bueller? I am reading every one of your comments, but one of the things that burned me out too last year, or well, earlier this year, over last season, was I was trying to respond to every comment, and always to every comment that had a GSG in it or a Go Spurs Go, I would respond GSG or Go Spurs Go. And it might not sound like a lot just responding to a comment Go Spurs Go, but when you're doing like 100 of those a day, it takes time and it gets tiring. So I am still reading your comments. Please still keep commenting. Believe me, I am still reading them. And when I have the time, I'll certainly try to respond. Or if, I feel like I want to respond to what you said, say, hey, I agree, or just, go turtle power. I don't know, whatever it is. But let me wrap this up. Let me know what you think about these 2 trades. Is NBAanalysis.net crazy? Are they just cuckoo, or could one of these trades happen? Or are you just kind of like I am, you prefer to draft players and not bring players over via trade? I like Spurs that are homegrown. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Sean Elliott, and the list goes on and on. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, get a good one. Turn it down. A little more. A little more. Spurs go!